Greetings and welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to be working on episode 4 of our flatbed build. Today's goal is to get these caps made for our cross tubes. I've got some 1/8 inch by 2 inch flat stock right here. And what we're going to be doing is just going over to tape and we're going to mark these in 2 inch pieces, and then we're going to cut them all in a saw. And then I've got some lights that I've decided to put in these. I've got those right here. We're going to go ahead and put some of these little LEDs in there. I got a bunch of amber and a bunch of red, so let's get started. Okay, so we are working with 2 inch tube stock right here. So what we're going to do is mark these in, like I said, 2 inch pieces, and then we'll start getting them cut up. I'm just going to go ahead here right now and put a little mark on them. Every 2 inches. Alright, now we'll come back and we'll draw a line across. Now I am marking these. The main reason I'm marking them is because I'm going to go corner to corner to find the center, and then I'm going to put a punch, center punch in the middle for a drill guide so we can get those holes drilled directly in the center. I always measure before I cut in my saw, so these lines will get me close, but I will of course measure each piece before I drop the blade. That way we know that everything is nice and straight and square. And as they say, measure twice, cut once, so I'm just going to go back and verify my measurements here. If you can see that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, everything looks right in the money where it should be. So I'm going to take this over to the saw. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, total of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 2 extra. We might use those to cover the bottom of our light bar tubes. We'll see. Or we just might keep 2 extra ones in case I mess one up, which I'm sure I will do. So I'm going to go ahead and get these marked for our holes. I'm not going to bring you, I'll show you runs real quick here. I'm just going to take my square, go corner to corner here with it, draw a line across it. Like such here. And that's going to give me the center of the square. And then, like I said, I'll take a center punch and just make a notch in there for the drill bit as a drill guide. So I'm going to go ahead and get these marked up, and we'll continue on. Alright, we got them all marked. Lights get in there, so there we go. You can see all the pieces are marked out and laid out. So I am going to head over to the saw and we're going to start getting these cut. Alright, like I said, we're going to measure everything up here again quick just to make sure we're where we need to be. We want all the pieces to be the same, of course. All right. Let's see how we did. Right there, 2 inches. Perfect. All right, I'm not going to bore you with cutting the rest of these, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off for now and get these cut. Just getting these center holes marked. Then we're going to go to the drill press. I've already got a bit set up in there, and we're going to start drilling them out. All right. To the drill press. I unfortunately do not have a 3/4 inch drill bit, which is what the lights call for. So I'm just using my step bit here. I've got my stop set on the top of the drill press. I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're gonna go ahead and get these holes drilled. There's just a little bit of a ridge in the back here, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put this in here again and just bring it down until the next step touches it, and it'll clean that right up. There we go. All right. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting these rest of these drilled up, and so we'll come back and continue. Okay, so we've got all of our pieces made. They're going to go on the end here like I said earlier. As you can see here, there's not much of a groove or anything to weld these onto. So I'm going to go ahead and take the grinder, and we're going to round off these edges, just so we've got some area for the weld to get into, so we get some good penetration. So that's the next step. Okay, just show you what that does for us here. Alright, so that, like I said, that gives us a little bit of a groove there so we can lay some weld in there, and it should hold it together a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll come back and decide what we're going to do next. Okay, so focus, there we go. I've gone around and I've gotten all of the edges rounded off on these, so we've got a nice surface to weld onto. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to start getting these tacked on. My plan is to go ahead and just use these magnets that I got. Get the camera in the right spot just so you can see what's going on. Hopefully it'll stay here. Okay, so I've got these magnets that we got from my local hardware store, or Farm and Fleet actually it was. My thought is just to put these on there, and that will hold it in place, and it should also keep it square at the same time, or at least level top and bottom. So that's my intent right there. That looks pretty good. So we're just going to go around then, and I'll set all these up like that, and we'll get them all tacked into place. All right. Let's get these tacked in place. As long as we're over here and set up on this side, I'm just going to go ahead and weld these in right away. Or at least make an attempt to. All right, well, we've got all the caps on, welded on and cleaned up. I think they're looking pretty good. As long as I got a grinder, I could be a good welder, I guess. I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. Take a look at the other side here quick. Like I see, we got all these done. I think they're looking pretty good. So I think what I'm going to work on next is getting the holes marked in our light bar for the marker lights. Alright, so we got all the marks laid out here. This one, as you can see, is the center of the bottom tube, which will also put it in line with these. The next one up is at 16. Next one is at 29. And then this one is at what, 33. How I came up with that was I measured the length from the top here down to the bottom. I came up 3 inches on the bottom, and I came down 3 inches on the top. So that gave me, my total was 46 after we cut everything. So that gave me a total of 39. We're gonna have 4 lights, which means there's gonna be 3 spots in between the lights, so to speak. So we got 2 lights here. Here's a light, and here's a light. So you got 1. Then a light here, light here. So 2, light here is 3. So I took 39, I divided it by 3, and that's how I came up with my 16 or my 13. So that's what we got there, and this side over here is also marked. That's marked. There we go, marked the same way. And bottom there. So we're gonna go ahead and get these center punched and get them drilled. Go ahead and get a couple of these drilled quick. Maybe. Okay, time for battery. What a difference a good battery makes. I'm going to put a couple of clamps on here, I think, just to hold it in place. It wants to walk. I mean, am I going to be able to drill that one? Ooh, that's going to be right there. Right on top there. It's just, drill just barely fits in there. So, all right, I'm not going to bore you with drilling holes, so I'll be right back. All right, I've got all the holes drilled in here, so I'm just gonna go through now with my little deburring tool and just get that outside edge out of there, because we are gonna have wires running through here. So would like to try to avoid any sharp spots if I can. This just takes off that sharp edge from the drill bit on the inside is all this is doing. Alright, that's going to finish up this side. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I've already got the holes laid out on that side. I just got to go ahead and hit them with the center punch and get them drilled. So, okay, so like I said, I did go ahead and get these holes drilled on the other side of our light bar. So this, the only thing left that I need to do is drill a couple holes up on the top and the corners here. Just so I have a way to fish wires through. I goofed up when I welded these onto the top. I didn't put a hole in this top piece, so I'm gonna have to. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'll figure something out one way or another. So and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. So I think that's all that I have left. And like I said, we're doing it on both sides. I think that's all that I've got left to do for the light. Get my hand out of the way here. So I think I'm going to call it a day here. I got some more work I need to get done that actually pays bills, so I need to put this on hold for a few minutes and go ahead and get my oil changed on my dump truck. So we're going to call it a day here. I hope you're enjoying the content like I said yesterday, or last time rather. If you're enjoying it, like and subscribe. Enjoy yourselves, and don't forget to be nice to one another. We'll see you next time.